Today's Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network telecast is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University.
Halftime at Snyder Arena, 40-30. The Tigers on top of the Prairie Wolves. Some of the highlights from the first half. Nicole State has the majority of the scoring for the Prairie Wolves. The runner in the lane there, and there's Dostal. She has a dozen for the Tigers. Courtney Cook got in the action, had a solid first half, 10 points. The other Prairie Wolf in double figures, but second chances, right there's one of them. Dostal with another bucket. Nicole State's hit from long range a couple times as well. And off the bench, Maggie Philippi had some solid minutes for the Tigers. There's Tukolsi and spin move through the double team as two of her dozen on the first half of action. 40-30 where we stand now. Both teams up that shooting percentage for a while. Neither team was able to get things going. 44% for the Prairie Wolves, 40 for the Tigers. But the boards, and actually I think that's flipped around, but the boards have been dominated by the Tigers.
Yeah, and not as many three-pointers as we really expected coming into this game. We thought we were going to see it. We probably will here in the second half, but if you're Doane, you got to be ecstatic with the amount of scorers you've had. Now, if you're Nebraska Wesleyan, Cook's got 10, got to get Bucher going. Nicole State's doing exactly what you thought she would. She's on pace. Got to get those scorers going.
Yeah, Cook comes in averaging right at 9 points a game. Allie Kayla averages right at 8 points a game. She's only in the books right now. Actually, she has yet to score. So got to find that third and fourth scoring options for Brittany Fett and the Nebraska Wesleyan Prairie Wolves.
Difference right now is you see Doane women's got the Doane team, has 12 points off the bench versus Wesleyan's 2 points. So the bench outscoring could be that 10-point difference right now that we're seeing.
It'll be Nebraska Wesleyan basketball to start the second half. Same starters out there for the Prairie Wolves. Cook, Diaz, Tecose, Sanchez, and Bucher. Looks the same for the Tigers as well. There's a runner, Tecose in the lane.
Was going to say coming out, was going to see if we were going to see more ball screens set by Wesleyan. Set one there, went away from it, but if I'm Doane, I'm thinking they're going to the screens.
There's there's an offensive board by the Tigers. Down the baseline. Off glass and in. Just had her defender beat the entire way there, did Dostal.
You got to think an emphasis for Wesleyan at halftime, too, is getting their defense not chasing. They got caught chasing quite a bit. Open shots then for Doane. Did better that time, just got to get that rebound when it's there.
Double team on Tecose now. A little trapping zone, and Fett thought about a timeout. Instead, Tecose tossed it off the leg, and they'll re-inbound it here.
Now dribbled herself into trouble right there and then found herself with no dribble.
Tigers came with that trap. Something we hadn't seen out of the Tigers yet. Bucher working hard. They go down low instead. Hoop in the harm. Courtney Cook strong inside.
Cook's having a great game inside so far.
Take a look here. Good seal there. They kind of almost used Broman as the decoy that time as the foul goes against Bucher. Broman picks up the foul, her second.
That's throwing a pass to a window that really wasn't open, but worked out for the betterment of Wesleyan, but it wasn't there, at least looking at it from the replay.
7-point game. Tigers on top. There's a three-pointer. That one's in and out. Rebound this time is controlled by the Prairie Wolves. They would have pushed it a little bit. Now Sanchez decides to work it up at a more methodical pace.
Had numbers if they wanted to push it.
Bucher lobs inside, and that time there's going to be a foul underneath. They're going to catch Broman this time. Coach Fairbanks shakes her head in disagreement. Broman says she was holding me. That's the third on Broman.
That's good position right there. I mean, Cook had position on her, and she
a little bit better pass, and you probably don't even have a foul there.
Yeah, that's another one of those. That was not a daylight pass.
Philippi checks back into Colstay. Got caught in midair there. Thought she was going to have the baseline to work with. The help defense was there. Dostal on the dribble. She works inside. Partial touch that time by Bucher.
Good defense, very good defensive positioning.
Sanchez forces the issue, blocking foul. She'll go to the line for 2. That foul's going to go on Bittinger.
Thought maybe that one was going to go offensively, but yep, still sliding in, wasn't completely set yet.
Good job by Sanchez to recognize, push the tempo there. We haven't saw a lot of transition points from the Prairie Wolves. Free throw rolls off to the left.
You're hoping there, at least if you're Wesleyans, you're going to get Doane into some foul trouble, maybe get into that bench just a little bit deeper, or you're going to start getting those quick points.
Neither one of those free throws good. Philippi with the rebound.
That's not what you can do if you're Wesleyan. You can't go 0 for on the charity line.
Skip pass across, little head fake into Philippi. Off glass left side, might have been partially touched by Booker again. That one was definitely touched by Diaz, and Booker out of there with it.
Doane has started both halves pretty cold, very, very cold to start the second half.
Diaz on the dribble. Sophomore from Arvada, Colorado. Wants to clear it out, goes to the rack, left it short. Philippi with the rebound. See a lot of different states represented on the Nebraska or Wesleyan roster. Just Nebraska kids and 1 Colorado kid on that Tiger roster. 3 free throws coming here.
Well, committed by number 24,
DeCoste a little aggressive on the defense. Brittany White, or check that. Bittinger will shoot 3.
It looked like it must have been on when she was landing. Didn't look like she got her on the way up.
Doane is 73% shooting team from the charity stripe. Bittinger herself right at 75%. And McKenna Dodd, number 11, right there just checking in. Her range starts about when she crosses half court. We've seen her fire up some deep ones here this evening. They haven't hit, but if my memory serves, she had the 9 3-pointers last contest. Cook brings it across the timeline, which probably wasn't the ideal situation, but they did break the press. A nice spin move to Colstay in the lane.
Nice move there to create some separation, get the defender going one way, spin away. Nice easy layup.
Colstay, an all GPAC performer last year, 4th leading scorer in the GPAC this year. Dodd thought about pulling the trigger there. Dostal does. Rebound taken out of there by Diaz. She lets it head for Booker, picks it up, and lays it in. A little bit of a run here, back within 6.
That's what you like to see if you're Wesleyan. Back-to-back possessions where Colstay and Booker get points.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one. 6-point game. Second half action on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
I always paid attention to fashion when I was growing up. And it's just fun to see it go from sketch pad all the way to actually being on shelves. Shoulder is a scarf with a pocket that you can store all of your basic necessities in. I think it's pretty amazing how quickly the company's grown. Union Bank has believed in me from day one. They have moved mountains for me to bring my product to life. The opportunity with Shoulder has led me all over the country. I love what I do.
Tracy Fairbanks, head coach, Doane College. Hooks on. Doane with the basketball and a 6-point lead. Into the lane, Philippi spins up and in. Right
That's
around.
what you need if you're Doane is just something to kill this rally and just keep yourself a little bit of distance away from this Wesleyan team.
Back to an 8-point lead. Philippi's been great off the bench for Coach Fairbanks. Skip it over the top. Sanchez 3 on the way. Off back iron. Rebound down to Dostal.
It's a good look there, though. I mean, if you're that wide open, take the shot.
Good kick out in transition. Little floater. That's a tough shot.
That's that baseline drive again. Her first step going baseline is about as good as I've seen.
Pace is picked up. Sanchez fires from 12 this time. No good.
I think the faster pace benefits Doane more than it does Wesleyan.
There's Dodd for 3, no good. Just right at 29.8% on the year, but she's attempted 114 threes coming in the contest. DeColstay muscles it up and in. Bench wanted an and one.
DeColstay's just got that natural scores. I'm going to the hoop.
She has a nose for the bucket. She finds a way to get there. Back to a 6-point lead. That's as far as the Prairie Wolves have been able to push it. 3 seconds. Philippi never left. 3 fresh bodies for the Tigers, 3 for the Prairie Wolves.
And that 3 seconds, you could tell they were wanting to get it into her, and she was expecting the ball right away. When the defensive pressure came, get caught in the lane.
Yeah, good pressure on the guards to almost cause that 3 seconds. It's almost like a coverage sack.
Yeah.
5 minutes gone by here. That tip pass. Tigers the other way. And they turn it over. Bucher wanted to outlet it to Diaz, and they'll slow it down instead.
And Wesleyan's doing everything to hang around in this game and make you uncomfortable if you're Doane.
Crossover Diaz to Colstay through the lane. Bounce pass to Bucher on the right block. Muscles her way up and in. They've done that a few times. Former teammates out there at Norris High School. There's that quick first step across the lane. There's a long-range field goal up and in. Forced Brittany White.
Now that's something we haven't seen from her yet, catch and shoot in rhythm. It just seems like every time Wesleyan gets 2 or 3 steps forward, it just gets shut down. You know, can't quite get to that where they get it tied or take the lead yet.
Colstay on the bench. Back out there, Kylie Ashley. Here's a drive by Diaz. A lot of contact. It's not, says the official, on the Tiger who threw up her arms in desperation. It was on her friend on the backside help here. Right there, the reach in.
That's really one of the first times we've seen Doane kind of get caught flat-footed defensively.
Carolyn Cahill completely listen, but these are free points, so they're missing out on the line here.
You know, another couple of points here this half that they have yet to convert on.
It's one place you wouldn't exactly say they excel, I guess, from the charity stripe. 62.2% as a team. 0 for 4 this half from the charity stripe, or 1 for 4, I should say.
You're not going to win many games when you're only shooting 37% from the free throw line for the game.
Logan Finke is being hassled up there. There's a drive down the lane and a foul. Diaz was the guilty party. Dostal took it upon herself just to find a way to get to the rim.
On those kind of scattered offensive possessions, your best bet's just going to be to go to the rim.
She took advantage there, saw she had a step, and backside help was about 3 steps too late getting there.
The frustrating part about that, if you're coaching Wesleyan there, is it's a contested shot. You didn't really she didn't really look real smooth going up with it. Did you have to foul her? Maybe not, but can't ever argue if she's just trying to go and play hard defense.
Back to a 9-point lead now for the Tigers. It was down to 6 at one point. They pushed it back out. Diaz on the dribble. Running against this man-to-man look here of the Tigers. Sanchez kicks it out. 6 on the shot clock to Colstay, up and under. Speeds it across the lane. Nice vision to find Cook, but she couldn't convert that time. Dostal wanted to pull up, got caught in traffic there. Back to Dostal, down low. Spin in the lane, left it too high, was Satterley, and a second chance here for the Tigers again. Fresh 30. They're content to run a little clock here. Set up their offense. 14 on the shot clock. No open looks. Now they find Satterley down the block again. Too hard to Colstay with the rebound. She comes out, hesitation, dribble down the sideline. Got caught in midair, spot up 3 in transition, and burying it is Courtney Cook. Timeout on the floor, 52-46 Tigers on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
You should pick Wesleyan because
it's a school that whatever you want to be in life, you can certainly do it.
I wanted a small school, small campus where I could be one-on-one with my professors.
It's just like one big family. Not to mention the kind of education she gets is wonderful.
I didn't apply to any of the schools. I know Wesleyan was the one that I wanted to come to.
We want you to come join us and be part of the Prairie Wolf family and be a part of the tradition of success.
The Prairie Wolves force a timeout. They're within 6, 52-46. Lucas Mormon alongside Wade Tracy and our entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew. There's the 3 in transition from Courtney Cook.
You like getting the 3, but like we were just talking about off air, you don't want to get into a 3-point shooting contest with Doane. It's not going to bode well
You'll
for
take
you.
those, but yeah, you look at if it's a sheer numbers game, that favors the Tigers. That was just the 7th 3 made all year by Courtney Cook. She's attempted 24. That's not her specialty. She was able to step into it there and knock it down.
Well, the difference of the game right now is Doane's 14 for 14 from the line. Wesleyan just 3 of 8. Another 5 points there would be big if you're Nebraska Wesleyan.
Tigers with the basketball trying to stretch their lead. After 4-0, they've led ever since. 15 of the shot clock. Cook out, 17-footer off iron, no good. Sanchez circle the wagons. To Colstay on the right side. The floater bounces around, won't go. She tried to give it the old body English there and get it to fall. It did not. Foul on the plays on Satterley. To Colstay steps to the line. First one's up and in.
That's going to be big down the stretch here. You got to get these points when the clock's not running to get back into this game.
19 on the game. Missed that second one, but an offensive rebound and a putback, no good. Cook had a chance at it. Within 5, though, the closest they've been this half. Trying to go inside. Good spin move, kick out. 3 is up, 3 is in for Brittany White, her second triple of the half. Tigers the other way. To Colstay, just puts the head down, throws it in, and the foul.
I think Colstay's just saying, all right, just keep feeding me here. If we're going to get back into this thing, it's going to be on her back.
Second foul on Brittany White.
Back in for the Tigers, Philippi, and number 21, Hill.
Hill checks back in. Colstay at the line. 65% free throw shooter on the year. That one's hard off the back iron.
More of those hidden points that are just starting to leak away from Wesleyan.
Wesleyan trying to work that 3-point game now. They were looking for the shot there. Instead, the good, quick first step drive, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Dostal just ripped it away that time. Fresh 30, and they're content to run a little offense inside. Philippi blocked by Cook. It'll stay with the Tigers. Into the game
comes. Great game right now. You got to be ecstatic if you're Wesleyan with the game that Cook's played. Got to get Booker going at some point here.
Good job there for Cook to wait on that. Able to find the ball back in the game. Also there, Kylie Ashley, a 6-foot sophomore from Kent, Washington. In the corner. Had an opportunity to take the ball screen. Instead, she just stuck one right in the face of the Wesleyan defense. 3 triples this half for Doane. They lead it now by 9. To Colstay, muscles it up. Booker offensive board. Off glass and in.
Yeah, Colstay is going to have to start recognizing she's going to get doubled every time she touches the ball from here on out. If you're Doane, you're going to make somebody else beat you right now.
Another shot from long range. No good. Battle for the offensive board. Sanchez tracked it down. She wants to push the issue, but it was 1 on 4. No recircle here. Almost at the halfway point of the second frame. Sanchez to Booker in the corner. Back up top to Colstay. Bridget tried to wheel in the lane, lost it, got it back. Bodies flying everywhere. Shots no good. To Colstay with the board. Muscles it up, falls away, no good. Philippi works it away. Dostal might have carried, blocked away by Booker.
Kind of a scatterbrain end of the possession there for Wesleyan. great job of just getting back on defense there.
Great block by
Don't
Booker.
usually expect your bigs to get down the court. That was a great job just getting back, getting in good position.
10 minutes here. Booker and Tecole State get a blow. 3 from the corners up. That one's off. Good battle on the backside by Allie Caleb, and she loses it. Other way, taken away again. So they trade turnovers. Sanchez pushes it ahead. 3-on-3. Sanchez over to Diaz. Courtney Cook made one. Why not try another? Hard off back iron. And they push it ahead. Who touched it last? The Tigers? Yes. Both teams a little out of sorts.
Everything they need to keep giving some life where they
haven't been able to really put it out of reach.
Yeah.
They've had their chances. They're up 9 again. Now it's back to a 7-point game. Chance to cut it to 5 here. Get it down to 2 possessions with the triple. Sanchez shot is up off front iron. No good.
Wesleyan's had their opportunities to get right back into this game. Had good looks, uncontested looks that just haven't fallen for them.
Philippi gives it off to Dodd. Swing it around the other way. That's Bittinger. Go back inside. Broman. That time she's fouled by Cook. Her second. Broman only 4 points so far.
That's her second.
For the Tigers, averaging about 12 a game.
Yep, got into her with the body, and yeah. From our angle live, it looked quite a bit differently. But seeing that replay from down there, you see what the official saw. Good call.
Misses the first, the junior from Fairmont. Second is good. And 5 points on the night.
It's got that feeling right now that if Wesleyan doesn't start making a run here pretty quick, they're just not going to be able to have enough horses to get back into this thing.
Tecole State with a really quick breather, just sat down for about 50 seconds back in the game. Has the ball in her hands. Gets the ball screen. Gets bumped. That's the 7th team foul of the half against the Tigers. So when we talk about free throw shooting, it's really going to come into play. Almost 9 minutes. They're going to have free buckets here.
It hasn't hurt Doane yet. Now, offensively, you'd like to see, at least I'd like to see Tecole State coming off those screens a little bit more. It seems like she's getting a little bit more separation, having a little bit better chance going to the basket with those screens in play.
Former Norris Titan squares it up, 1-on-1, knocks down the first, and that's important. Say, with a distinct advantage here with just 3 team fouls on the Prairie Wolves. Second one's no good. Got to make
it's the advantage right now, but then when you start getting later in the game, if this thing's close, it may start to be that hindrance that you don't want to have fouls, but at the same time, you might need them later on.
Philippi in the lane, spins around to Colstay, or excuse me, spun around that time was Ashley, and the Prairie Wolves come out of there with it.
And this is kind of what we were talking about with Doane not putting it away. If you're going to have that shot, you'd almost like it to be at the end of the shot clock.
Ashley, that one's no good. Tigers come the other way. You think about just, and this somewhat speaks volumes of the level of the basketball in the GPAC, but on Saturday, the Tigers just took the #1 team to overtime, nearly beat them. If you would tell someone that tonight they're playing a 2-12 Nebraska Wesleyan team, they're only up 7 with 8 minutes to left. You know, but as we said in the open, when these teams meet, you usually do throw the records out.
And just about in the GPAC, you talk to coaches around the league, they're going to say you can go out and lose.
Good block by Felicia Tecole, and then she was fouled by
Now
Bittinger.
here's where you're going to start seeing it. A foul that far away from the basket, and she's going to get an opportunity to put some points up on the board.
And the clock has stopped. The clock not a huge enemy right now. Good block to start that whole transition.
Yeah, but going back to the point, I think you talk to coaches around the league. Any night you go out and play in the league, if you don't bring your A game, somebody can go out and beat you. I think the records sometimes get a little bit deceiving in the league when somebody looks at it and goes, oh man, these guys have an under 500 record in the league. Put them in some other leagues and they're probably above 500, if not top quarter of the league.
Quick take, hard foul at the line will be Marner.
Fouls on number 10, Amanda Diaz. That's her third. Team score.
Third on
And the line
Diaz.
is number 10, Bernard.
Just got beat baseline drive again. I mean, that first step baseline drive has just been, it's been there all night for
And Bernard has had that all night long, knocks down the free throws.
Back in for the Prairie.
It's a quick first step. Sanchez checked back in, and Ali Kayla sits down. 8-point lead, trying to make it 9. Hard off the back iron, Bucher with the board. Get a ball string, good step through. Way to gather and be able to split that double.
I'm not quite sure where the defender was heading on that one. There wasn't anybody in the corner to try to cut a pass off, just kind of must have given her a little bit of a shake and got going.
Good pass down low, sneaky entry pass. Got Courtney Cook sleeping a little bit down there, picks up her third. 2 coming up for Broman. Broman 1 of 2 last time at the line. There's a good entry pass. Dostal to Broman. That one rolls down and in.
Just caught Cook out of position.
Second one, no good. Good work on the boards there by Bucher.
Yeah, the battle on the boards is being won right now by Doane, a 44-31 edge.
A lot of contact and a late whistle, but a whistle nonetheless. And to Colstay, Felicia will step to the line for a pair.
I think the initial block might have been clean, but it just was the second person that came in.
Got a late look at it there, but Broman picks up her fourth, so she'll have to sit down. First free throw up and good.
Well, I know.
Back to a 6-point game.
Beating a dead horse here, but those points that aren't coming from the line is
1 of 2 about every trip for the Prairie Wolves.
You can't trade 2 for 1.
Not when you look at Doane, who's 15 and 19 from the line, something like that. Tigers nearly lost it. 20 on the shot clock.
And it's going to start being where Doane's going to, well, you'd think would start bleeding some of this clock here a little bit away.
No good from long range. Sanchez pushes, but it's 2-on-3. Good job by the Tigers in transition. And Sanchez a good ball handler, but not really a finisher or a true scorer.
He doesn't look real comfortable trying to go to the rim yet.
DeColste lobs it inside. Cook, and that's going to be 3 on Cook.
Yeah, that was again the guard pressure on the ball handler caused the 3 seconds. When the post is expecting to get the ball at a certain time, they don't keep moving or still waiting for that person to clear out. Causes the 3 seconds.
6-point game, 6:20 left. Tigers with the lead in the basketball. Jumpers up and good by Dostal. Dostal has been the constant tonight for the Tigers. The Tigers really extending that man pressure all the way out to Colstay. Gets a 1-on-1, and she's matched up on Brittany White. That's an advantage every time. Back to a 6-point game and a timeout. We'll take one as well. 63-57. Back with more after this.
This summer, all Nebraskans can test their skills against some of the best amateur athletes in the nation when the 2015 State Games of America come to Lincoln and Omaha. With an estimated 20,000 athletes expected to compete in more than 60 sports, this year's event is on track to be the largest in history. Make sure you're a part of it. Register now at sga2015.com. The 2015 State Games of America. More competition, more fun.
27, you see it there on the scoreboards here at Snyder Arena for Colstay tonight. 27 of her team's 57. Coach Fett giving some instructions here. Tight game down the stretch against these Tigers, much as last year at home. 63-57, Lucas Mormon alongside Wade Tracy here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. Glad to have you along. Entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew giving us great looks all night from the cameras. The junior from Colstay, she had a big night against Doane here at home last time. Hit that 3 with about 40 seconds left to put them on top. 27 tonight for the 4th leading scorer in the GPAC. We got 5:55 remaining.
It'd be interesting to see here how long it goes before start seeing Wesleyan maybe start to press just a little bit more full court pressure, maybe some half court traps, something to start, you know, a little token pressure right now, but nothing.
Starters out there on the floor for Nebraska Wesleyan right now. Poked away, it'll go to the Prairie Wolves.
That's just what the doctor ordered if you're Wesleyan.
Triple here gets you a one-possession game.
You don't. If you get a good look, take it. If you don't, it's not time to start jacking those up and forcing them yet.
Colstay being chased, gets alone, puts it up through the double team. We got 2 whistles. We're going to talk. Doane bench wants to charge. Doug Miller and Schroeder talking it over. She's going to get to the line. Take a look here. They say the push came from behind.
Yeah, they're going to get it before the
goes on Allie Satterley, her second. So the push to Colstay into the defender, who, if she doesn't get fouled by Satterley, probably had good position.
Area, but
there's another missed opportunity.
Just the slow death of missing free throws is just killer right now.
In a tight game, 6-point contest. Second one's up and good. There's nothing if not consistent.
You hate to play the if-then game, but even if you shoot 50%, you're
7 of 18 from the line right now, and you're down by 5.
50% makes it a one-possession game, so you'd like to at least be there on those.
In the hands of Bernard. Pittenger back to Dostal. Dostal's been the driving force there. That's too much by Bucher. Not in the one-on-one yet.
Going to be that churning that out to get to that point.
They get in, Dostal off glass and in. Pretty shot using the glass there for Dostal. 20 points for her on the night. Back to a 7-point lead for the Tigers. Poked away to Colstay. We'll check back in. Courtney Cook had a big first half at 10 points. She's had 6 here in this half.
When she checks out, it's like a hockey line change. She's out for 30 seconds and right back in there.
You have almost half of your team's points.
Well, yeah. You got to find some more
Coach
scorers.
Fett knows where her bread's butter. She's got to get her back in there. Working hard inside is Ashley. 5 to work with, and a jump ball up top. Goes to the Tigers. Coach Fairbanks thought it was a travel.
That was one of those. The double came from a place she was not expecting it to come
almost
from.
End up being a triple.
Yep.
Right up top, sandwiched it, jump ball, back to the Tigers.
Again, if you're Doane, though, make somebody else beat you.
Well, and they finally got a double there. Good pass through the lane, last touch by the Tigers, other way we go. 11, that'd be 12 turnovers in the night. Some of them at very unopportune times, though. Had it to 5. It's as close as they've been this half. Just haven't been able to get over that hump. Here's a drive by Sanchez, throws it up through the double. Other way come the Tigers. Scramble here for the Prairie Wolves to find their defensive assignments, and a foul going up. 2 coming for the Tigers. Fourth on Courtney Cook. Dostal, the senior, at the line for 2. Good job, just shows the one direction, and up and under she goes.
Tried one move, wasn't there. Let's go with the secondary one.
Dostal, the senior, out of Atkinson. A lot of experience on this time, but she is the only senior on this Doane roster. All Nebraska kids, minus Allie Satterley from Burlington, Colorado. Missed the second. 8-point cushion now. Now time becomes a little bit of a factor. 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Got to start chipping away if you're the Prairie Wolves here. Ashley working hard in the paint. Little hesitation. Diaz, little floater off glass. Nice move by Diaz. Her first field goal of the game.
That's not what you need.
Booker, battle for it, tied up. It'll go to the Prairie Wolves on alternating possession.
Worked out in their favor that time, but not getting back in transition is not what you need. Big possession right here.
Courtney Cook will come off the bench. Kind of an offense-defense type situation here for Coach Fett. Dodd back in, the three-point specialist. 4 fouls on Courtney Cook. She's out there right now for offensive purposes.
Now again, you don't have to start jacking up threes here. You still got enough time to run your set offense, take a good shot. Just need points from this possession would be big.
It's tied up, lost to Cole State, threw it. The last touch by Felicia. Just a scramble for it there. They tried to run a set, was able to get it going. Good defense by Doane.
Didn't start that possession the way you want to start it, and then was just out of whack from there.
They leave Cook in there with those 4 fouls, 3 minutes to play. Lob it over the top to Dodd inside. Dostal had it poked away. Chasing it down is Morgan Hill. Skip it over the top. Watch the drive here. Philippi inside. Lang gives it out. Dostal off glass, not enough English. Philippi, point blank, puts it up and in. Cleaning up the garbage, Maggie Philippi.
That's just a brutal possession. Got it all the way down to the end of the shot clock. Missed the first shot, got the offensive board and put back. That's just brutal there.
Coach Fairbanks really encouraging her defense. There's a deep three-pointer, toilet bowls around to Cole State. Nearly did it again. And now this is, you got to have a stop here with 2:15.
That breathes some life back in you if that one goes in.
Prairie Wolves looking for a stop. Dodd with the basketball, drives for the Tigers. Dostal, 21 points on the night, gives it off. 10 on the shot clock, back to Hannah Dostal. Down the lane through the double, she's fouled, 1 and 1 the rest of the way here for the Tigers. The foul will go on Booker.
That's her second, team's 8th. And the line is shooting 2.
Right through there to Colts. They tried to poke it away. Booker just a step slow that time as Dostal curled through the lane. Free throw up and good. Dostal with 22 now on the night. Make it 23. And a timeout on the floor. 10-point game, under 2 minutes left in this one. Back with more on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, couldn't see you at first. I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy, and it's first Filter Friday, so I'm just checking my furnace filter here. Looks like it's about time for a clean one, which I just happen to have right here. You know, a small investment today can really reduce your heating costs and improve your efficiency. You can really see the savings. Eh? For more tips like this, visit us at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube. We will see you next time.
70-60, the Doane Tigers on top here. $1:57 left on the clock, and the Prairie Wolves have had their opportunities within 5 a few times here, with chances to cut it to 3 or even 2 with a long-range field goal. And really the Achilles heel so far has been the charity stripe, where they've just struggled tonight.
Yeah, and that's where you make up those points that you're not getting from your offensive. You've gotten to the line. I mean, that hasn't been the problem. Getting to the line, 18 attempts is, you're getting to the line at a pretty good clip there, but only making 7 of those is, well, it leads you to being 2-9.
That's right. Looking for that first conference win. They're going to need a little bit of magic here, down by 10, 70-60. They do have the basketball. Cook launches a 3. That one's off. Rebound to the Tigers. It's a big shot. If it goes, she's had a couple open looks. She's drained 1. Tigers on the offensive now. Yeah. Looking to even their record at 500 on the season and 500 in the GPAC.
Going to bleed some clock here now.
McKenna Dodd out there. Dostal with the jumper, second chance points again. Nope, that time Diaz takes it away.
Well, it's not much of a pulse, but there's a little bit of a pulse still there. There's a chance.
You still don't necessarily need that 3-point field goal. You just need points of any variety and then a stop.
You need points, you need them quick is what you need them, and this is
1 minute
too
left.
long of a possession.
To the rack, Cook with a nice drive. Timeout on the floor. Coach Fett is going to take a quick timeout, trailing by 8. We'll take it as well. 57.8 seconds left in this one. The Prairie Wolves trail.
This summer, all Nebraskans can test their skills against some of the best amateur athletes in the nation when the 2015 State Games of America come to Lincoln and Omaha. With an estimated 20,000 athletes expected to compete in more than 60 sports, this year's event is on track to be the largest in history. Make sure you're a part of it. Register now at sga2015.com. The 2015 State Games of America. More competition, more fun.
Back at Snyder Arena, some young Tiger fans made the trip over from Crete, just down the interstate. As the Prairie Wolves try to rally here, trailing 70-62. They got the bucket. Now they need a quick turnover, a foul.
The only problem with fouling is that Doane's been hitting all their free throws tonight. So you go for the quick steal. If you don't get the quick steal, you got to go with the foul there. If you get the turnover, it's got to be quick points here.
Full court press coming here. Now some confusion on just exactly who's in the game. They take Cook out. She has those 4 fouls. They don't want her out there because if they do need the foul, you don't want to foul Courtney out. She just had the bucket to get them within 8. They'll have the baseline to run to the Tigers here. Set up 4 high box look. Get it in the corner. Bernard, she'll dribble through it, poked away to Colstate. Layup is up and in. 51.5 seconds, 6-point game. Down the sideline, lob it over the top. Dodd in traffic, gives it off. Dostal has it blocked by Bucher. She gets it back, lobs it out top. Spin around, poked away. And this time, it's Beller out of there, down the lane. She has it blocked, going to the line for 2.
If you're Doane, why are you shooting? Run around, run the clock out. That's all you got to do.
Beller hasn't been in the game much today. She gets the steal, just pesky enough on the other end. The foul goes against Bernard, her second, and Beller steps to the line. Misses the first of 2. Stacy Beller, a senior from Lindsay Holy family. Quick timeout. We'll keep it right here. 35.6 seconds left in this one. Don't forget, we'll have the men's game coming up after this contest. It's the high-scoring Nebraska Wesleyan men's attack on a 4-game winning streak. Looks to continue that tonight with a win over the slumping Doane Tigers.
Except there's a lot of this game that's still left now that it's only a 6-point game. 35.6 is a lot of time that you got to run off.
Here's the whole scene. It started with the steal by Colstate. She gets the bucket.
And just before that, I was going to say they missed the trap on the baseline, but it almost worked into their favor that they funneled her back towards the middle, right to Colstate.
Beller is at the line, and Stacy Beller has only attempted 4 free throws coming into the contest. She was 4 for 4. She's now 4 for 5. Now she's 5 of 6. 2-possession game. Full court pressure. They get it inbounded this time. Down the far sideline. Just dribbling out now. And they will. They'll get the reach in.
A little bit of confusion there by Wesleyan. Didn't know if they were going to face guard the inbounds player or not. Ended up leading to an open player.
Coach Fairbanks, despite getting the free throws here, didn't necessarily think maybe that her player was fouled. Thought they had an opportunity there, or they could have run some more clock. First foul on Beller of the night. At the line is Bernard. Free throws no good. Bucher with the board. 26 seconds. Sanchez across the timeline.
Again, don't have to force a 3 here. Can still just get the 2. Got to be quick though.
Colstate forced that one maybe a little bit. And now you have to get a foul. You got to stop the clock. They fouled Dostal, who's been pretty money at the line tonight. They had a chance there if DeCole State can muscle that one up and in somehow.
But Doane played that perfectly defensively. No one got over aggressive. No one went for the block. Just stayed straight up. If you're down there, you let her get the two. She ends up throwing it away. Now you knock down your free throws and get out of here with a win.
Dostal does, and she's at 24 for the night.
In for the Tigers, number 21, Morgan Hill.
And now at a 6-point disadvantage with 11 seconds left, it looks like Doane's going to improve to 500 and escape Snyder Fieldhouse with a win. Misses the free throw, poke free, and the Tigers have it. And that is going to do it. DeCole State's still running. She's not going to get the foul called. 6-point lead and 3 seconds left. That'll do it. The Tigers get out of here with a win. They leave Snyder Fieldhouse 10-10, 5-5. Look at some of the earlier action as DeCole State had a good night. Philippi had a great night off the bench. Bucher in transition there for Nebraska Wesleyan, but it was just too little too late as the Tigers hit some long-range shots in the second half, 3 of them to be exact, as they outdistanced the Prairie Wolves 71-65 here tonight at Snyder Arena. For our entire Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew, thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Lucas Warren. For Wade Tracy, good night and good evening.
Today's Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network telecast was made possible by Lincoln Electric System. It's your electricity, own it. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University.